I'd like to welcome everybody that's watching on AWSN, CBC Sports, and Ringette Canada, and anybody local that's here in the stands.
You're joining us at the Leduc Recreation Centre, where we're watching a national ringette game between the Calgary RATH and the Saskatchewan Heat. This is a warm-up between the teams. The Calgary RATH is on the ice. And we got the Saskatchewan Heat in white today. Calgary RATH is going to be wearing red jerseys. Not sure who the starting lineup is, but we'll get that to you shortly.
Yeah, they haven't. Once they line up, we might be able to pick them out. Girls are just doing the warm-up now.
All right, so we got the WAM in the NRL-LNR standings. They're leading 7-0. 7 wins, 0 losses, 0 ties. The BC Thunder is second place. Calgary RATH is third place. Saskatchewan Heat is fourth place. And so we have a third place Calgary RATH versus the fourth place Saskatchewan Heat. So we're looking for a good game. Here's Lauren Schoenhoven. She's on the Saskatchewan Heat, and she is number 2, so I believe she plays center. Yeah. So she'll be one of our players to watch for. Calgary RATH, that is Maddie Nystrom warming up. Not sure if it's going to be her or Julia Harvey in net today. That is Julia Harvey. She just coming back from a trip from Finland with the junior national ringette team.
Somebody else to look out for is Marla Wheeler, number 16 Calgary RATH. She was a beast last weekend when the Calgary RATH played Rocky Mountain Rage. So somebody to look out for there.
So teams are getting ready and doing their opening cheers to get pumped up. Looks like Maddie Nystrom is going to be starting in net for the Calgary RATH. And I'm just trying to catch who's in net for the Holly Cozen is in net for the Saskatchewan Heat. So they're all right, Saskatchewan Heat with the ring. They're going to start it off. Albert passes it back, and now a long shot in for number 6. That is Carter. Picks it up in the boards. Is contested by Rock of the RATH. Hazel behind the net is going to pick it up for the RATH and skate it out. Hazel passes it up to Meyer. Meyer sends it in deep for Sauvé.
Yeah, that was a nice feed. Predicting the play.
Sauvé is circling the net. Saskatchewan Heat triangle setting up with Schoenhoven at the top of the triangle. Pass across to Anderson. Takes it off the boards. Anderson with a backhand shot. Misses on the far side. Sauvé is going to grab the rebound. And 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Hemstreet, fresh off the bench, grabs the ring, takes a shot, no reset. Hemstreet in the corner is turned over to number 11. That's Scar for the Heat. Scar battling through a couple players, still in control, and now loses the ring.
That was a good pickpocket.
Gillespie with a shot and scores over the shoulder.
Yeah. Saskatchewan player got caught waiting around. Got her pocket pick there. The RATH took advantage of it.
Yeah, that was a good pickup by Gillespie. Gillespie shoots top corner over the shoulder. 1-0 here. About a minute in. Saskatchewan with the ring again. That is number 97, Butts. Getting it into the zone for number 8. That's McRae. McRae drops to Benson. Benson tried to hit the player on the left there, but she fell over, and now that's picked up. Got Ava Will with the ring, number 22 for the Wrath, looking for an opening, gets it at center ice. That was Bears with it. Bears in for Brewster. Brewster, long pass across to Brown. Brown's going to skate around the circle, looking for an opening, finds Ung in close, but the ring ended up in the crease, picked up by the Heat.
Just missed that stab there. That could have been a good opportunity.
Oh, a giveaway here to Brewster. Brewster has an opening all alone. Fakes the shot, goes to the backhand, and a great save by Kozan. Denying that opportunity. Brewster picking up the rebound, dropping it to Brown. Brown's going to circle the net. Wait for a change to happen for the Wrath. Dropping it for Meyer. Meyer with a good check by the Saskatchewan defender, number 9. That's Voikin. Wrath is able to recover the ring, though. Now in for Sauvé. Sauvé with a shot. Far post. And she scores.
Wrath looks a little more hungry this afternoon than the Heat do.
That was a great goal there. Drop pass to Sauvé. Sauvé breaks through the triangle and finds the open post. Tough.
It was a tough break for the Heat. Lots of time, though, for them to come back if they need to.
Now Stengel sends it in for the Heat. Across for Ryan. That's number 93. Ryan passes across, open. Bounces off a skate, and the Wrath are able to pick it up. That's Hazel with it. Back to Marlborough. Marlborough gets checked. Hazel's able to recover. Hazel with the ring. Looking for an opening. Heat with putting on some good pressure here. That's Belland into the corner. Turn it over. So Heat with some good pressure able to get the ring in the offensive zone. Now Ryan across. Now there's Shanehoven, number 2 with the ring. She's going to circle behind the net up to the top of the... Oh, she falls over, loses the ring, and it's picked up by Anderson. Anderson skates back into the Wrath zone. Anderson, long lead pass up for Hemstreet. Hemstreet contested at center ice and now finds, a good check there by the Heat to turn over the ring. Carter with it. Carter puts it across, and that's picked off by Rock. Rock is going to send it up for Bears. Bears through center ice. Long pass in for Gillespie. Gillespie's going to take it off the boards and circle behind the net, slowing things down. Gillespie in close for Bears. Bears backhand to Hemstreet. Hemstreet fakes the shot, takes the backhand. No reset there.
It was a pretty play, though, if it happened.
Yeah, it was pretty surprising. I thought the goalie got a piece of it, but...
May have.
Now the Wrath throw it out, trying to get the reset, and Heat pick it up. That's number 5. Stengel with it, bouncing it off the boards to number 18, McCaw. McCaw throws it out to center. Wrath putting on some hard pressure here for...
Saskatchewan starting to understand that they have to play a little harder in order to keep up with Wrath today. They're just not as hungry right now.
So that was a move it or lose it call. The Heat couldn't get control and move the ring, so it's going to go to the Wrath at center. Okay. So can't get enough Ringette. We'll be back January 10th and 11th in Burlington, on January 17th and 18th in Winnipeg as well for some other hubs. So mark those dates in your calendar, January 10th and 11th and January 17th and 18th. All right, ring bounces across to Brewster. Wrath with the ring in the offensive zone. Saskatchewan setting up in the triangle. That's Benson at the top. Pass across to Brown. Brown with a quick shot. Nice save by Kozan. Kozan sends a high toss up to number 98. Close to 4 in there, but Heat with a good play. Exchanging players, and another move it or lose it call is going to go in favor of the Wrath here.
Yeah, Heat goalie was square to that ring, so there wasn't much room there for the ring to go in. So it's a good solid shot, good solid save.
All right, we have Meyer, Sauvé, and Anderson for the Wrath setting up. Looks like number 13, Ryan at the top of the triangle for the Heat. Anderson with the ring now. Anderson drop pass behind the net. That's going to be picked up by number 9 of the Heat, Voikin. She sends it out the right side here. Heat looking for an opening. Rath with some good coverage in neutral ice. Not making it easy. Now Voikin with it. Sends it in for Belland.
Good solid stabbing there by the girls.
Oh,
from Heat.
Missed stab there, and Rath send it out, and number 97 Butts is able to pick that off. Now a chance for the Heat. Ring ends up in the crease for... Nope. The ref says it was kicked in by the Rath, so a crease violation against the Rath is going to turn the ring over to the Heat in the offensive zone. So Rath make a change. Heat are going to stay out. Belland starting with the ring.
Yeah, Belland just needed another half a foot, and she would have had a good shot on net there.
Belland, number 4, is a former Calgary player playing for Saskatchewan now. I think going to school there as well.
Yeah, I believe she's going to the University of Saskatchewan.
Backhand pass. Good shot. Nystrom doesn't know where it is. It's on her pad. Oh.
It was close.
Able to save it. Yeah, that was a close. Nystrom didn't know where it was, and generally as a goaltender you don't want to move when you don't know where the ring is, but she did, and it almost rolled into the net. Luckily she was able to keep it out, and it's going to be a 5-second violation against the Heat, so Belland gets the ring back. Passes it over to Ryan. Ryan circles to the top, finds an opening, doesn't take the shot.
Yeah, just couldn't quite break that triangle there to get a shot away.
Now up top, Ryan with the shot. It just fell off her stick there, and now it's up to Barris at center ice for the Rath. Barris is contested. Good check there by Stengel. Barris still with the ring. Puts it in deep and cut off there by, let's see what number that is, but good play by the Heat defensively.
Oh.
And that might be a penalty against the Rath, as when your stick comes out of your hand, that's usually a good indication for the ref to call a penalty. So a tripping or hooking call is coming up here for number 17, Rock.
Yeah, that could have went either way of that play.
All right, so Rath shorthanded. Heat's going to have a power play, which in Ringette doesn't amount to too much until you get 2 in the box, because 3 are allowed in the offensive Ringette zone and the defensive Ringette zone, even with a single penalty. So it's still 3-on-3 in the important points.
That was a nice play.
Yeah, now Wheeler with it. Wheeler passes across. Shot by Gillespie, misses on the far side.
She couldn't quite get the handle on it.
Oh, sorry, that was Brewster who took the shot.
Brewster.
But a crease violation against the Heat. So a crease violation, one of the Saskatchewan players went into the crease, so they give the ring back to the Rath in the offensive zone. Rath is still shorthanded for another minute 22, and they're going to call 4 in against the Heat. So,
yeah, right off that free pass, Brewster just sailed that over the crossbar. Wasn't a whole lot of room there. She almost found it.
For those new to Ringette, that red line on the ice at the top of the circles is the Ringette zone, and you're allowed only 3 in unless you pull your goaltender, defensively or offensively. Oh, a backhand shot by Meyer. I think that was deflected by the goaltender. Yeah, the ref agrees, so it's going to be another free ring in the offensive zone for the Rath. A good penalty kill so far for the Rath. Meyer's going to start with it. Shot or a pass across to Armstrong. Armstrong's going to pick it up off the boards. Tries to get through the triangle. Nice check by the Heat player. Brown finds the loose ring and is pinned up against the boards. Almost turned over there, but manages to get free. Brown drop pass to Armstrong. Armstrong with a quick shot, getting the reset, trying to pick up the rebound too, and they're going to call a penalty against the Heat.
Yeah, Armstrong jumping up and playing, kept her feet moving, and Saskatchewan was able to get a penalty on that one.
That's the captain for the Heat, number 97, Butts, is going to get 2 minutes for tripping, I believe. Oh, hooking. So 4-on-4 Ringette here for 39 seconds, and then the Rath will be up on a power play. There's Anderson with the ring, passes it back to Hemstreet. Hemstreet drops it to Anderson. Anderson drops it to Marlborough. Marlborough, a defender, stepping up because of the penalty to the RATH. Behind the back pass, Hemstreet going to be picked up by Anderson. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Anderson across the top of the circle, takes the shot. Good save by Kozan.
Yep.
No rebound.
Anderson using the defense as a screen there.
The RATH were looking for a rebound there to get a reset, but good absorption by the goaltender to keep it in the crease. There's Hemstreet with it. Hemstreet drops it to Sauvé. Sauvé misses it. Skates back, picks it up, drops it for Marlborough. Marlborough back to Sauvé. The RATH are changing, as are some of the Heat players. A shot stays in the crease again, and Kozan's going to send it up the left side. And now it's number 18 with it, McCaw. McCaw with the lead pass up, finds Shanehoven at center ice. Shanehoven gets it through the zone. Nice give and go. Shanehoven with a chance. Nice shot.
That didn't miss the crossbar by much.
I think it went over the net. Nystrom didn't get a piece of it. Now battle against the boards for the ring. Hazel. Oh, and a nice backhand shot. Nystrom doesn't know where it is, and they're going to call a holding penalty against the RATH, I believe. Hazel's going to get it. So the RATH just had killed off the penalty to Rock, and now Hazel's going to go in the box. Still 35 seconds on the penalty to Butts for the Heat. So 4-on-4 ringette continues as Shanehoven's going to start with the ring for the Heat. Kicks it out to number 11, that's Scar. Scar with the pass, gets blocked by Brewster, I believe. Scar gets the ring, takes a shot off the goal stick. Ring comes back out, Heat able to pick it up. Good reset there for the Heat.
There was extra tape on the edge of that goalie stick that helped her out there.
All right. Nystrom sends the ring behind the net for Rock. Rock backhand pass across. Big battle there as Gillespie comes back to help out. Drops it back to Brewster. Brewster up to Gillespie. So the Heat back up to even strength. So RATH are shorthanded now for another minute 19. Backhand pass to Meyer. Meyer with a big shot. Rebound comes out. Picked up by, was that Scar, number 11? Heat away with it. Nice out to center ice to Ryan. Ryan puts it in. Oh, tried to pass it across there. Didn't quite connect with Shanehoven. They pick it up off the boards. Now Ryan, side of the net, turns back. Ryan looking for a pass. Opening, gets it in tight. A battle for the ring, and they're going to give it to the Heat.
Yep. Heat starting to put on sustained pressure. Trying to get something going here. Get back in this game.
Benson with the ring, putting it into the corner. It's McRae with it. McRae does a skate move, passes it over to the sideboards for Standish. Standish backhand pass, bounces off a skate, and Meyer's able to pick it up. Meyer circles back into her own zone with the ring. Meyer looking for an opening, and there's nothing there. Good pressure by the Heat. And a big collision at center ice. Ung is down, and she skates gingerly to the bench, number 10, Aaron Ung. Heat with the ring in the offensive zone. I believe that's Ryan with it. Oh, sorry, Boykin. Boykin takes the shot. The ring hits the side of the net. No reset, so 8 seconds on the shot clock. Another shot. Doesn't connect. Heat still with the ring, bouncing it into the corner. 2 seconds. And that's a shot clock violation, so 30 seconds expire. If you don't get a shot away, then the ring goes to the other team. So Nystrom sends it behind the net to Marla Wheeler, number 16. And can't cross the blue line with it, so she passes it back to Armstrong. Armstrong with a great pass up to Anderson, and Anderson with a wicked stab. Gets it to Sauvé. Sauvé waiting for reinforcements, find Hemstreet. So back to even strength. The penalties are all over now. Hazel's out of the box, but we are going to get another call against Heat. So
yeah, the penalties seem to be back and forth the last 10 minutes or so. Each team getting their chances on the power play.
57 seconds left in the first quarter. Heat gets 2 minutes for tripping, number 18, McCaw. So now Anderson starting with the ring for the RATH in the offensive zone. Looks for an opening, can't find anything, sends the ring over to Sauvé. Sauvé behind the net to Hemstreet. Hemstreet has to bank it off the boards to Anderson. Anderson circling with 15 seconds left on the shot clock, drops it to Hemstreet. Hemstreet can't find a lane. Good defensive triangle by the Heat, keeping the players out. Sauvé in tight, takes the shot, and they called it a save there. Goalie got a piece of it. They got the reset.
Yeah, it almost looked like she sailed it right over the net there.
I thought so, but they gave him a reset, so must have got a piece of it. So RATH starting with the ring there. Brewster looking for an opening, can't find it, bounces it off the boards. Brown has to skate back quite a ways to pick that up. And Brown is good check there by number, 7.
That was a nice smart play there.
Linklater
just a support pass.
Pushing out. RATH, 5 seconds left in the first quarter, taking the shot. Brewster, don't think that hit the net, picked it up off the boards. Long shot, and that'll do it for the first quarter. Scoring summary, 2 goals by the RATH, and a penalty that's going to carry over into the second quarter against McCaw. 1:03 left on the penalty. All right, next feature hub is, again, coming up in January 10th in Burlington, Ontario, hosted by the Cambridge Turbos. So that's going to be out east. I'm not sure all the teams that are playing in it, but it's in the National Ringette League. They don't cross over before nationals, so west teams stay out west and east teams stay out east. And then they meet in nationals where they finally get to play each other, which are coming up at the end of March, early April.
Yeah, March 27th to April 5th, I believe.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. So the coach of the Saskatchewan Heat looking to fire up her squad for the second half. Probably talking about some strategies to get some more offensive zone. It seemed like RATH kind of dominated the offensive zone in that first quarter. But a lot of penalties after about the first half of the first quarter. It was a steady stream of penalties, so hard to get your plan going when you're always shorthanded. So the main disadvantage when you have one penalty in Ringette is passing out of the zone. You have one less player. As I mentioned before, you get 3 in the offensive zone, 3 in the defensive zone. That stays when you get a penalty, but getting out of the zone is always tricky because you're down a player. So now RATH starting with it for the second quarter. Bit of a power play here. That's Gillespie to Hazel. Hazel's going to drop it in low for Bears. Bears drop pass to Hemstreet. Hemstreet drop pass for Gillespie. Gillespie looking for an opening, finds something, takes the shot, hits a skate. Good shot blocked there by the Heat. Now the Heat with the ring. Ryan, long ring across ice to Volkin. Volkin back to the other way. There's Ryan wide open. Ryan getting it up to number 6. That's Carter. Carter's going to settle things down in the offensive zone with 12 seconds on the shot clock. Carter, spinorama move back to Ryan. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Ryan looking for an opening. Finds Carter wide open. Good shot and great save by Nystrom there coming across the crease. Nystrom has nobody to pass to and drops it. Carter says thank you very much and grabs the ring.
Yeah, and Nystrom anticipated that play really well. Or else it would be 2-1 right now.
Great chance there for Scar. She broke through the triangle and got a backhand shot off, and Nystrom with another good save to keep it 2-0 for the Heat.
Yeah, Nystrom's focused today. She came to play.
According to the scoreboard, the shots are 14-4 in favor of the RATH. Saskatchewan Heat definitely looking to pick up some offensive zone chances, and they are doing so to start this second quarter. Another good chance. Great save by Nystrom. And it's going to be a crease violation against the Heat. He is going to send the ring to Nystrom. For the RATH, Nystrom with the pass to Wheeler. Wheeler was checked as she tried to stab the ring, so couldn't hang on. Now a bit of trouble here for the Wrath as Will manages to get it out of the zone to Sauvé. Sauvé looking for a give and go, back to Will. Will with it in the offensive zone, dropping it for Sauvé. Only 10 seconds on the shot clock. Rath out in front for Anderson. Anderson with a shot. Blocker saved by Kozan. Rath able to pick up the rebound with a fresh clock, so they got 30 seconds now. Sauvé with the ring. Sauvé out in front for Meyer. Meyer back to Anderson. Anderson wide open. Great passing play there by the Rath, just moving the ring quickly.
Yeah, that's pretty, because Kozan's been square to the ring and in position, so you got to move the goalie back and forth.
That was just a really good passing play. Meyer could have taken the shot there, but knew Anderson was behind her and put it back, and Anderson made no mistake on the empty net. No chance for Kozan there.
Yeah, it was a pretty play. It's almost like they practiced it.
3-0 for the Wrath as Benson gets the ring into the offensive zone for the Heat. Benson circling, looking for an opening. Drop pass between the legs. And Benson with the ring again. Far side opening. Has a chance there, but Armstrong comes in and closes the door. Armstrong up to Sauvé. Sauvé with the ring now. Long pass into the far corner for Anderson. Anderson was checked, but was able to get free just to grab the ring. Now drops it for Brewster as the Wrath are changing. Looks like Aaron Ung is on the ice. Brewster passes it over to Brown. Brown tries to break through the triangle. Manages to hang on to the ring and gets a shot off and is able to beat Kozan.
He's able to stay strong on that stick to get a shot away.
It's really difficult in this league to break through the triangle like that and to keep control of the ring with your stick. Yeah, Brown just powered through. So Heat starting now into the offensive zone. Nice setup there. That is Linklater. Linklater looking for an opening, couldn't find anything. Skates it into the corner. Trying to signal their teammates for a passing play. Nice pass across, shot blocked by Hazel off a skate, and then a long shot ends up on the stick of Nystrom, who sends it out to Hazel. Hazel now up to center ice. Ung was checked as the ring arrived, so Heat manages a turnover in neutral ice. Hazel with it now behind the back pass, and no, the ref said a carryover. So in Ringette, you have to pass across the blue line instead of carry, like in hockey, you have to carry the puck across for offside to negate offside. In Ringette, you have to pass across the blue line. So Hazel there carried it over the blue line, which is going to cause a turnover, and Heat are going to get it in the offensive zone. So there's McRae with it, number 8. Passing it to Shanehoven, I believe. Shanehoven's going to circle around. Shanehoven back to McRae. Nice passing play. Oh, ring was almost on the stick of Carter there.
Yeah. Armstrong was there in position to break that play up.
There's McRae with it. Backhand shot, and she scores. Finds an opening above the shoulder of Maddie Nystrom.
Finds the short side of the net, top right-hand corner, I believe. We'll see on the replay here in a second.
That is a beautiful goal, as it's not a lot of room. Yeah, just a mail slot delivery, they call that. Just a skinny little area of opening, and McRae was able to find that. Rath with the ring now. 4-1 is the score. And a passing play there is broken up by number 5, Stangl. And Heat with possession now, and you can feel the energy shifting a little bit as the Heat are on the board. Drop pass for Meyer. Meyer's going to try to break in before things are set up, and good play by the Heat to form up and get that triangle set. Meyer had her stick checked and lost the ring almost out to center. Such a strong check, and now the Heat are able to get it in the offensive zone as both teams are changing. Carter's going to take the ring and slow things down, wait for reinforcements to arrive, and a turnover by the Wrath. Anderson's going to send it up to Brewster. Brewster is checked by Carter. Battle for the ring, and they are going to give it to the Wrath. So a move it or lose it call. goes in favor of the RATH at center ice. 8:11 left in the second quarter. Marlborough's going to start with it. Marlborough passes it up to Sauvé. Sauvé up the boards for Brewster.
That was almost a set pick play, even though you can't do the pick plays in Ringette.
Brewster to Anderson. Anderson's going to circle back. Didn't like what she saw. Now resetting. Dropping it for Sauvé. Good triangle here by the Heat, pushing out quite a ways. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. RATH are running out of time. Brewster with a backhand shot. The rebound comes out to Sauvé and just missed it.
Good defensive play by the defense there to put her stick in the way.
Oh yeah, now a pass up by Scar is intercepted by Sauvé. RATH are able to regain control in the offensive zone as they change their lines, and I believe the Heat are stuck in there for a long shift. So RATH trying to take advantage of some tired players, and a pass back goes through Brown's stick, and Heat are away through center ice. Ryan with it. Ryan with a nice pass up to Linklater. Linklater circling. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Takes the shot, and the goalie got a piece of it. So a reset and a rebound recovery for the Heat. Standish now with it, number 88. Taking the ring behind the net, circling. Looking for an opening, dropping it to Ryan. Ryan back to Standish. Good play. Loose ring is picked up by Linklater. Nice shot. Nystrom is able to see it all the way, though, and makes the save. And the goaltender only has 5 seconds to get rid of the ring, and in this case, the ref called 5-second violation, so the ring is going to be turned over to the Saskatchewan Heat. So Belland on the ice for the Heat. Puts the ring over to Carter. Ryan still out there, number 93. Dropping it back to Belland. Belland breaking through the triangle, getting the backhand shot away, and they call a crease violation against the Heat. So ring's going to go to Nystrom. Nystrom kicking it out to Will. Will can't handle it cleanly, and Carter is able to turn it over.
Yeah, a lot of pressure there by the Ryan from the Heat there to get the ring back.
A lot of heat from the Heat.
Yeah.
Another shot here for Nystrom, making the save, sending it out to Rock. Rock up to the blue line, looking for an open player. Heat covering well, nobody open. Rock has to circle back and now gets it up to Ung.
Yeah, smart play by Rock, though, to hang on to it instead of just throwing it up the ice and being hopeful.
Ung now pressured, can't find somebody. So a lot of time here by the RATH, just getting into the offensive zone. And a loose ring is going to go to the Saskatchewan Heat goaltender.
Heat trying to put some pressure on and gets momentum going here.
So Kozan sending the ring behind the net. Heat now looking to get it into neutral ice. Ryan finds the ring and sends it in deep. Wheeler's going to intercept that, but good check there by Schoenhoven and Armstrong. Huge battle there, and Barish has to come back. Can't take it over. It didn't come out of the zone, so she circles back into the defensive zone. Now RATH are away with it. Gillespie into the corner. Good pressure there by number 15, I believe. No, sorry. McRae. Trying to drive the triangle, doesn't work. Hemstreet picks up the rebound, takes the shot. No reset.
Didn't miss by much there, though.
Now Saskatchewan Heat send a quick out up the left-hand side. McRae over to Standish. End-to-end action here, really exciting here from both teams. Heat with a shot, missing the net. Now picked up by Marlborough of the RATH. Marlborough finds Anderson open, now looking for a give and go. That was a good read there by McCaw to see that play developing, and she got in the way and stole the ring. Now a long lead pass in. Good stab there by Standish. Standish getting set up here in the offensive zone, waiting for some players to open up. Linklater finding the ring. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Linklater puts it in low post, and the Heat get a shot away, get a reset, I believe, and they call a crease violation against the RATH. So I think it was Marlborough for the RATH that skated through the crease, so they're going to give the ring back to the Heat.
Gives them a chance to make some changes, get their breath back, take a break.
Yeah, both teams make changes here. 4:08 left in the first half. Benson sends it out. I believe that's Belland. Belland back to Benson. Linklater open, got the ring but couldn't make the stab. Now it's a loose ring sent into the zone and picked up by Meyer, and they're going to call 4 in against the RATH, I believe. So they had 4 in, and then the ref gives them a delayed 5-second count. So if they touch the ring in 5 seconds, then the ref blows the whistle and turns the ring over. If they don't touch the ring in 5 seconds, then they kind of wave off the infraction there. Saskatchewan trying to drive the triangle, loose ring. Couldn't get the shot off. Good defensive play there by Hazel, I think, getting a stick on it, preventing the shot from happening. That's number 11 with the ring, Scar, for the Heat. Looking for an opening, taking it to the top of the triangle, sending it across. Rock intercepts that for the RATH. Trying to find somebody, gets it up to Hazel. Hazel finds an open Anderson. Anderson triple pumps it. Picks it up and sends it in deep for Sauvé. Sauvé drops it to Brewster. Brewster takes the ring behind the net, slowing things down. 10 seconds on the shot clock. In tight for Sauvé. Sauvé can't find anybody open. Sauvé through the top of the triangle, gets through. Backhand pass to Brewster, and that's shot clock runs out for the RATH.
Try to give a backhand there to the, I don't know who was there, Brewster in the corner, or was that?
Yeah, I think it was
hard
Brewster.
to see at this time.
Kozan sending the ring up the right side. Heat out to center through 3 sticks there, and Wheeler manages to pick up the loose ring off the boards. Smart drop pass there. Wheeler dropping it to Brewster. Brewster banks it off the boards to Ung. Ung driving the triangle. It's not set up. Only 2 there. Good defensive pair there by the Heat. Not allowing a shot to get off. Now Wheeler at center ice. A lot of give and goes here. Ung wide open is checked immediately, and they're going to call that a penalty against the Heat, I believe. 2 minutes for body contact.
Would have been a great play if it was a hockey game.
Yeah. So you're not allowed body contact in Ringette, so there was a bit too much shoulder there. Yeah, so Ung had the ring, and could have been a trip, I thought. Kind of got her leg out there, the Saskatchewan player, but the ref called it body contact, and RATH are up on a power play now. So Hemstreet across for Brown. Brown circling, dropping it back to Hemstreet. Good pushing, good push out triangle by the Heat, not giving RATH any shots or anything in tight. Now Ung into the corner, a bouncing ring.
Yeah, Ung saw Hemstreet was in trouble and backed her up there. Was able to get the ring back.
Big shot, way over the net. Didn't get the reset, but Saskatchewan Heat touch it, and Brown is able to check the player off the ring. So RATH didn't get the reset the way they wanted, but they ended up with a reset nonetheless. So Hemstreet waiting for new players to arrive from the bench. That's Meyer, and now Bears is on the ice with Gillespie. Meyer through the top, has an opening, takes the shot. Great save by Kozan. Rebound stays in the crease.
Yeah, Meyer tried to find the 5-hole there, throwing the ring just along the ice sometimes.
And now a long lead pass. The Heat are down a player, so it's tricky to get out of the zone. The RATH are able to pick it off. Center ice, it's Armstrong with it. Long pass in. Pretty hot. Bears had to bounce it to Ung. Ung, that's Rachel Ung, dropping it to Gillespie. Gillespie coming to the top of the circle, faking the shot. Bears backhand chance, great chance by Gillespie. That looked like a set play. Kozan able to get across and make a great save. And they ruled.
Yeah, not sure if she hit the side of the net there or not. The goalie got a piece of it, maybe a bit of both.
Yeah, so the ring's coming back to the RATH. I believe there was a reset there that didn't get punched into the clock quick enough, so the ref gives the ring back to the RATH because they did get a reset, but the shot clock operator didn't register it quite quick enough before the timer ran out. So Brewster dropped past to Sauvé. Sauvé tries to break through, out to Anderson. Anderson takes the shot. All right, and a good save there by Kozan, and it's a crease violation against the RATH. Sends the ring to Kozan. Kozan looking for somebody. Finds number 6, that's Carter. Oh, and a pick off there by Brewster at center ice. Puts the Heat back on their heels for 20 seconds here. Left in the first half. Sauvé across. Finds Anderson. Anderson with a shot. High and away. Ends up on the back of the net. So the ring is going to go to the goaltender with 12 seconds left in the first half. There's Stangl now with the ring for the Heat. Long pass up to center. The penalty has expired. Hazel picking off the ring for the RATH in the defensive zone and just going to skate it around to end the first half. All right, so the scoring summary for the first half is RATH 4 to Heat 1. Can't recall now. I think it was 2-0 at the end of the first quarter, and then a few more goals in the second quarter to bring the Heat to within 3 there. So that's Barb Batista there giving some instruction to her goaltender as they head off the ice for the Flood at halftime. All right, this is the first goal by Gillespie over the shoulder of Kozan there to make it 1-0. And there was a nice move there by Sauvé. Far post making it 2-0 for the RATH. Behind the back. All right, backhand shot there. Good save. So the Heat really picking it up in the second quarter. According to the scoreboard, the shots are now 20-14. So RATH had a significant lead in shots at the end of the first quarter. And the Heat have almost evened things up here at the end of the half. That was the Heat goal there. Nice. All right, we are going to be going to an interview with one of the players from the Saskatchewan Heat.
Hi, I'm here with Addison today after halftime. So Addison, what are we going to have to do to get back in this game in the second half?
I think we gotta just keep our feet moving, catch the rings, and win the battles.
And how do you feel you have to contribute to that?
I think personally, I just gotta do my best every shift, keep my feet moving, and stay in the game.
Good luck in the second half. Have a great day.
Thank you.
All right, we are going to take a commercial break, so join us after that.
They're just superhumans, and they come from a humble background.
Seeing my sisters make big teams, it made me realize even though we're from this little province, you can make your dreams come true if you work hard.
They just love the game so much.
8 seconds remaining. Snowden with a shot. This past season, the two of them scored 97 and 96 points each. That's in 24 games.
My earliest memory of Ringette is my dad making an outdoor rink in the backyard.
Our older sisters did not go easy on us. There was no mercy in our family.
She knows what I'm capable of. I know what she's capable of.
So they've always been really close. Moncton sisters ready to take on Ringette World.
All right, in. This is the game we came here to play, guys.
They said that if she got another concussion, she'd never be able to play Ringette again. Oh, nice break.
I'm always scared they don't get hurt.
When we first started the Atlantic Attack, we were at the bottom of the barrel. Now we can actually compete.
People sacrifice a lot for the sport.
I am just realizing now everything that they had to go through in order for us to just play a simple game. I love you!
It's always been about togetherness.
You said it once and you said it before, them Snowdens are not too bad Ringette players.
All very, very good players. All spend a lot of time at the rink. I know that these younger girls have spent a lot of time watching their older sisters play, and it's fun to watch them. Very nice.
I'd like to welcome everybody back. Everybody watching on the old Women's Sports Network, AWSN, CBC Sports, and Ringette Canada.
All right, we're going to go to a commercial break. All right, welcome back to a National Ringette League game against Calgary RATH and Saskatchewan Heat. We're going to be doing a special feature here, flashback to 1979, the origins of Ringette.
Ringette is a Canadian game designed exclusively for girls. Basically, it is played on ice with a ring and a bladeless stick. It was invented in Ontario in the mid-1960s and ever since has been soaring in popularity. Today, there are between 50 and 60,000 girls in Canada who play Ringette, and 350 of those gathered here in Winnipeg for the first ever Canadian Championships. 16-year-old Lisa Lowe has been playing Ringette for 9 years. She is a center for a team from Ajax, Ontario. Tell me how you got started in Ringette 9 years ago.
When I had to go undercover, I was supposed to say I was 8 years old, but I really wasn't, so that's how I started.
And Lisa finished this game with 1 goal and 1 assist. In the second period, Ontario outscored Manitoba 5-3 to win 8-6.
Well, I hope it goes in the history books. I'll probably remember it for the rest of my life. I'll probably tell it to my grandchildren.
Ringette technology has come a long ways. Back there, they were wearing the Adidas track pants and knee pads, it looks like. And now today, they were full gear, hockey equipment. The sticks have even changed a lot. Back then, wooden sticks. Today, they got the new composite sticks they're using now today.
Yeah, and really have to admire these women starting a new sport. They were true pioneers for women in sports back in 1979. We're going to jump ahead now to 1985. See what the sport looked like then.
When Sports Weekend asked me to come and cover Ringette, I had the same question everybody else had. What is Ringette?
I don't know. Do you know what Ringette is?
I really don't know.
I guess something to do with a ball. I don't know. Hey, what do you think? Girls play it?
It's girls hockey. That's what it is. Isn't it?
But the process of moving the ring down the ice is what makes the game of Ringette different. You know, in hockey, they have an offside where a player cannot cross the blue line before the puck. Well, in Ringette, that's out. No player in Ringette may carry the puck across any line. One of the more interesting stories at these championships is about number 2, 17-year-old Brita Lind of Saskatchewan. Through the skills obtained in Ringette, she is looking at a possible scholarship to a university.
Well, I have a chance to go to Harvard, to play hockey. The coach phoned me, he said that I went first on his recruitment list. And as soon as they heard Canadian and that I once played hockey, they just think that, Wayne Gretzky or something.
One of the big problems in Ringette, we've talked to some of the officials, they'd like to speed up the game. And in order to do that, they may have to go to a shot clock. And we asked Marnie Gutfredson how much this would affect Manitoba's game.
Generally, it will affect the game of Ringette. It'll make it a much faster game. It'll change Manitoba's style, because I know our style does deal with a lot of ring ragging. I think it would be better generally for the game of Ringette. It would speed the game up, and we would just have to learn how to change our style.
Here we see Betty Shields, president of Ringette Canada, present the Jean Sauvé Cup to the Manitoba champions, the girls from Winnipeg. And as we said, 4 times out of 5 years is not bad in any sport. Right back at it in the fall, all winding up with their national championships next year in Regina, Saskatchewan. So from Dollard Des Ormeaux, back to Sports Weekend Control in Toronto.
Man, I miss those 80s hairstyles. They made a really interesting point there in that 1985 video. That was when they introduced the shot clock to the sport of Ringette. So that was not something that was right from the start, but they found because Ringette is such a possession game that they needed a way to speed up the game and make sure it was progressing at a rate that was acceptable to viewers and the game itself. So they introduced the shot clock in 1985, which was a major change for the sport, but it has become a mainstay nowadays that players only have 30 seconds to move the ring from one end to the other and get a shot off. So a lot of developments over the years, as Paul was mentioning, sticks, equipment, even rules have changed over the years to make this an amazing sport that it is today. And a lot of people say that Ringette is the fastest sport on ice, and the reason for that is the possession, is the fact that they don't need to keep the puck on their stick like in hockey. In Ringette, you maintain possession with the ring on your stick at all times, and you can skate like the wind. All right, so this is the NRL West standings again. The Edmonton Wham is leading the division with 7 wins, no losses, and no ties. Although one of their wins is an overtime win, so they have the same rules. If they're tied at regulation, they'll go into overtime. BC Thunder, Calgary RATH, Saskatchewan Heat, Manitoba Herd. Rocky Mountain Rage is a new team this year, and they're in 6th place with 1 win, 8 losses, and 0 ties. And the Edmonton Rush, you can see they're 0-4, but they've only played 4 games so far. So a lot of the other teams have played a lot more games, and the Rush are hoping to break through with their first win here in this hub weekend.
Yeah, back to the overtime one. Edmonton Wham, they wanted a shootout there against Calgary RATH that one day.
Yeah, so that was another rule change. They used to just end at a tie. I believe it was 2 years ago that they introduced a shootout overtime. All right, we are just finishing up the Zamboni. Got a bit of snow to scrape off the ice, but got a nice clean surface to start the second half, which always makes things a bit challenging for the players because they just went off the ice after skating on it for 26 minutes, creating a lot of snow and slowing things down. And then you come out on a fresh sheet of surfaced ice, and it's a lot more slippery. The ring moves faster, your skates move faster. So it's always a bit of an adjustment at the start of a game and after the Zamboni at the halftime.
Interesting fact, though, in 1985, Wham held the #1 hit back then, and Wham is hosting this hub this weekend.
Oh, is it? Okay. All right, so we got Saskatchewan Heat ready to get on the ice here, just waiting for the doors to close for the Zamboni. Should be a pretty intense start, I predict here. What do you think, Paul?
It should be intense. I think Saskatchewan's going to have to put some pressure on RATH if they want to get back in this game, and don't let RATH control the game so much. They're going to have to play their game.
Yeah, I think they would have got talking to both teams at the half here, so expect to see a bit of extra pressure and a bit of extra speed just to send a message here.
Still lots of time.
That is the interesting thing about Ringette. There's a 3-goal lead is not a lot. You can score 3 quick goals and it'll put you right back in the game either way.
I've always compared it to CFL football. Doesn't matter what the score is in the last minute of the game, any team can win.
It's funny how that last minute in football always takes 20 minutes.
Right.
All right, so it looks like the Heat are going to be starting with the ring. Players just discussing their strategy as they get set up. Kozan back in net, as is Nystrom for the RATH. Just waiting for the refs to check everything. I think they got the nets on their posts, and we are ready to get underway here. There's the whistle. So Heat sending it back. It's number 11, Samantha Scar with the ring, bouncing it off the boards up to Ryan. Ryan gets pressured immediately and is able to throw it into the corner for Shanehoven. Shanehoven picks up the ring and takes it behind the net. Trying to set up a opening, and a nice shot there by the Heat, just missing.
It was a good play.
That was a good play. Nice stab too. Ryan with a shot. That's deflected wide. No reset on either shot. Backhand shot hits the back of the net, and a shot clock violation. I think that's the first shot clock violation against the Heat we've seen. So the ring is going to go to the RATH goaltender, Nystrom.
Yeah, that last shot doesn't happen without making a good stab. So it's important when the players make good stabs, make good plays.
All right, rock to Anderson. Anderson finds Sauvé open in the offensive zone. So quick ring movement there by the RATH. And a good check there by the Heat, turning over the ring behind the net when Sauvé had no support. So smart play by the defender. Oh, and a penalty against the RATH. I think that's going to be Will. 2 minutes for slashing.
That's a whack.
A little too much emphasis with the stick on that check is going to send the RATH to the penalty box, and the Heat are going to have a power play. So a great opportunity here early in the second half for the Heat to send a message with a goal. Benson with the ring. Benson to Linklater. Linklater up against the boards, waiting for things to develop, sending it across to Standish. Standish has to pick that up off the boards and can't stab it cleanly. It is contested by the RATH, and they're going to call a move it or lose it in favor of the RATH, so the ring goes to the goaltender, Nystrom. Nystrom dropping it to Armstrong. Armstrong wheeling it up to the blue line, gets it out to Hemstreet. Hemstreet is in double coverage, but is able to find Gillespie. Gillespie wide open, takes the shot, but the ring
I think it rolled up her stick there.
Went up her stick, and when you take a shot with the ring up your stick, it goes really high. So she missed the net. So a lucky break there for the Heat. Now they're resetting up in the offensive zone. Really quick turnover here by the Heat to get it set up in the offensive zone again.
Yeah, they transition really well out of their zone.
Great shot there, screen. Nystrom just able to put the pads down and deflect it into the corner, but the Heat pick up the rebound and a reset. So a full 25 seconds on the clock. Loose ring ends up on the stick of Benson. Benson takes the shot in close, and Nystrom made the save. Heat with another reset and a rebound. Bouncing ring is in traffic, and upended there is Rachel Ung. She loses her stick. Gives an opening for the Heat. Heat take the shot. Linklater got a shot off. It wasn't a hard shot.
It's a good stick by Armstrong to get it in there to prevent the shot from happening.
Now a miscue there from Armstrong to Ung. Ung has the ring, just has to get rid of it as she is upended there by Benson.
Heat trying to be aggressive here, trying to get back into this game, trying to take advantage of this penalty.
Yeah, you can definitely feel the increased pressure the Heat's putting on here. All right, Heat setting up again in the offensive zone. 15 seconds. That's Belland into the side of the net. Good shot by Ryan. Nystrom covering the post well, not leaving anything open. Now dropping the ring for Brewster. Brewster covered by Belland. Brewster's got to make a couple moves to get to the blue line, sending it up to, looks like the penalty just expired. Will came out of the box, tried to stab the ring, and Heat have a chance here. They're wide open. Great chance by Belland, but Nystrom staying calm and not overcommitting is able to take away the net.
That's the key word. She stayed calm, had patience there, and waited the player out, waited Beelan out.
All right, but the ring goes back. So I'm not sure if that was a crease. Was that a crease violation against the RATH?
Yes.
Okay, so the Heat get the ring back. They're just full offense here for the first 4 minutes of the second half. Now Belland with the ring. Belland with a shot through the legs of Marlborough. Nystrom able to pick it up. Nystrom again with a 5-second violation is going to send it back to Heat. So RATH having some trouble getting going once their goalie has the ring here.
Yeah, Heat's got him pinned in here pretty good for the last couple minutes. The power play has given him a little momentum here.
Ryan with the ring. Sending it over to, traffic there. Big check and goaltender ring. I'm not sure what that call was. Do you know, Paul? Was it just a move it or lose it?
Move it. I think maybe some Saskatchewan player stepped on the ring, which you cannot do. That's whistled down right away.
Oh, okay, yeah, maybe. Here's Meyer with it, picking it up behind the RATH net. So Saskatchewan with some really strong coverage. Brown's able to get the ring, finding open ice. So that is the one disadvantage of tight coverage is if somebody does get open, there's a lot of open ice. But the Heat have been, really good. The RATH, that was Hemstreet, was able to break through the triangle, just gets a shot off and somehow beats Kozan to make it 5-1.
Kozan, I think, thought the ring was going to be passed there.
Right, so there Hemstreet just dekes the top of the triangle and somehow beats Kozan from quite a ways out the slot.
Yeah, I think Ung was distracting the goalie there. I thought maybe she was going to take the pass there.
Yeah, she was looking for the pass. So the Heat with a really good start to the second half. Unfortunately, got scored on in the first offensive zone opportunity by the RATH. Now a turnover here is going to end up on the stick of rock, is checked immediately, sends it over to Will. Will is checked. Good pressure here by the Heat, man. They are pressing good, and what's really hard in Ringette is to press this hard without getting penalties. So the Heat are doing really well to cause these turnovers and stay out of the box. So Heat with a chance here. Benson dropping the ring off. Not sure what number that is. Skating it around for Standish. Has it now. Looking for an opening backhand shot. Nystrom saw that all the way, and Heat grabbed the ring. It was loose. I think the RATH player thought it was in the crease, but it was just outside. Another good shot and good save by Nystrom. Anderson's just going to send it in deep. Bounces it off the defender's stick, number 5. Not sure how that wasn't crossing the blue line. Drop pass for Brewster. Brewster to Sauvé. Sauvé's going to dodge in. Tries to get a shot off, and they're going to call a penalty against the Heat. I think Benson's going to get it for tripping.
Just comes after they're forcing him and not taking any penalties. They got an unfortunate one there.
Yeah, so that was it 20? I think they're wondering, Saskatchewan Heat haven't sent anybody to the box. They're not sure who got the penalty. Now they got somebody. Yeah, it's Benson. All right, Brewster starting with the ring for the Rash. He kicks it out to Anderson. Anderson's going to try to drive into the triangle and have to throw the stick into the corner. Luckily, he's able to pick it up off the boards. Sauvé trying to dodge out, passes it back to Brewster. And the ring comes out of the ringette zone. Saskatchewan Heat unable to capitalize on that, but the shot clock is down to 8 seconds for the RATH. Shot, and a rebound comes out. So RATH able to get a reset and pick up the rebound. 23 seconds left. Sauvé dropping it as the forwards are all going to change for the RATH. Meyer's on the ice now with Gillespie and Bears. Meyer breaks through the triangle, trying to get something going, and a little bit of a shove there against Schoenhoven. Armstrong battling Ryan, and the ring is picked off by Ung. Ung sends it up to Gillespie at center. Gillespie through center ice sends it into Meyer. Meyer looks like she's going to slow things down in the corner, dropping it for Gillespie. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Gillespie taking a wide skate, drop pass, ends up on the stick of the Saskatchewan defender. That's Scar. Nice defensive play by her to pick up the ring, and
good anticipation by the defender there to look at that pass.
Yeah. A long lead pass is picked off by Ung. Ung was able to read that. Now sends it out to Marlborough.
Marlborough doing some dangling, gets it down there.
Yeah. Hemstreet is going to grab the ring and wait for the forwards to change. Hemstreet in for Ung. Ung couldn't connect there. Ring bounced off a skate, and the Heat are away with it. McRae couldn't find anybody open, sends it back into her own zone for Scar. Scar is in trouble. She flips the ring up high, and Hazel's going to bat it down. And a contested ring there is going to go in favor of the RATH.
So we got a CRC at March 29th, April 4th in Ottawa, Ontario. Do we know if that's south side or west side Ontario that's still hosting that?
Ottawa side. All right, RATH setting up with the ring here in the offensive zone. Still, oh no, the penalty is over to the Heat, so it's back to even strength. That's Schoenhoven with the ring, finding McRae at center ice. McRae looking for an opening, can't find one, throws it into the corner. Hazel overskates it, leaving Linklater picking it up, and Hazel puts a stick down to block the pass.
Smart play.
Now an out to Rock for the RATH. RATH finds Brown. Brown is checked, and that's going to be a penalty. A little bit too much shoulder there on the interception.
Brown.
So another penalty by the Heat here. That's just what I was saying, how it's really hard to be aggressive and not take penalties. The Saskatchewan Heat were doing really good for the first part of the third quarter, and now have...
Brown, she kept her feet moving and was able to draw that penalty.
Yeah. Is the one disadvantage of kicking things up a notch is spending a bit more time in the box and being a disadvantage for the momentum. Now the RATH with it again. They're going to cycle things around in tight for Anderson. Anderson got the shot off, but a good check there by McRae, I believe.
I don't think Anderson wanted to keep it. I think she wanted to put it up top there.
Yeah, but the defender got a stick on it, and just a weak shot that was handled easily by Kozan. RATH able to recover. They have 15 seconds on the shot clock. Now Sauvé, side of the net. Long pass for Anderson. That was in the air. Anderson had to take it off the boards. Anderson with a big shot. Rebound comes out far, and Anderson trying to recover it in the corner is able to beat out the defender. RATH another reset.
Anderson having had a great shift there. She went off for a change.
I think they're going to change all the forwards here and try to capitalize on tired D here that can't get to the bench. Meyer with it now off the bench, fresh legs. Over to Gillespie. Gillespie's going to circle back over to Bears. Bears in for Meyer. Meyer backhand shot. Kozan saw that all the way. Great save. Good positioning.
Yeah. Nice save by Kozan to stay with the player.
Long lead pass up to Schoenhoven. Schoenhoven looking for an opening in the offensive zone. Armstrong has the lead, and Belland and Armstrong, who have played together frequently in Calgary, are talking to each other on the ice there. But it looks like a crease violation against the RATH, so the ring is going to go to the Heat. Still shorthanded for another 35 seconds. Heat trying to set things up again like the first few minutes of the third quarter. The momentum really switch back and forth here. Scar with the ring, trying to break the triangle. RATH doing well to push out. Not giving Heat any lanes or opportunities to shoot. A pass in is intercepted by Armstrong. Now Armstrong, it's 3-on-1 developing here. Armstrong over to Bears. Bears looking for an opening. Couldn't find the net. Good play by Kozan to come across and take that shot away. Bears just ran out of real estate and had to put the ring off the side of the net. RATH able to recover though. The penalty is over to Voikin. Now Ung with it. Ung backhand shot. That misses. Picked up off the boards. Saskatchewan's going to take control. Albert sends it over to Ryan. Ryan just needs to get rid of it. Had 2 RATH players on her. And now Saskatchewan sending it back into their own zone. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Hemstreet almost picked that off. And a chance here developing 2-on-1 for the Heat as Marlborough makes a great play coming back and intercepting that pass. It was going to be a one-timer, I think, from the Heat. So coast-to-coast action here. Now things heating up. Voikin with a good check. Oh no, RATH are going to get a penalty. Delayed call. The ref has their hand up, so the goalie's going to skate to the bench.
Didn't see who was taking that or going to get that.
Might be Hemstreet, I think.
Could be Brown. They were falling into the sides here.
Carter with the ring. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. So now that they've pulled their goaltender and have a delayed penalty call, they can put 4 in. You can see 4 in for the Saskatchewan Heat. They got the shot off, but the ring stayed in the crease, so now that's going to end the delayed penalty, and the RATH are going to be shorthanded.
That'd be Brown taking a roughing penalty there, or a body penalty. They didn't quite catch the signal from the referee.
Oh yeah, Brown got it. So that's another development this year. So they're always developing the sport and changing the rules. So they've changed the rules. You don't need to send the goalie to the bench on a delayed penalty. You can send 4 in right away, but the 4 players have to be on the ice. So if you want a certain person to come on and who's an offensive zone specialist, then you have to pull your goalie still. So that's what the Heat did there in that delayed penalty. Now the RATH able to turn things over in the defensive zone. Ava Will with it, looking for an opening. Hard to find with tight coverage of the Heat. And they managed to get it to Brewster in the offensive zone. Brewster tried to find Will, who was streaking to the net, and great coverage by the Heat, not giving any room to the RATH to open things up here. The Heat able to turn things over, so that's a 2-line pass, and that can only be touched by the RATH. If a ring crosses both blue lines, the other team is the only one that can pick it up. So now the RATH trying to slow things down. A bouncing ring on the boards ends up on the stick of Sauvé. Sauvé takes a big hit and loses her stick, but is able to recover. Rock grabs the ring. 10 seconds left on the RATH shot clock. Rock passes it to Wheeler. Wheeler streaking in. Nice shot. Had a lane. Kozan with a great save. Saw it all the way. 26 seconds left in the third quarter. 40 seconds left on the penalty to Brown. Ooh, that might be another penalty. Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, arms up.
All right, so this is an interesting situation for the Heat. Once you take a second penalty, that's when things become a real advantageous for the power play team. So now RATH can only send 2 players into the defensive zone and 2 players into the offensive ringette zone.
It's a great opportunity for the Saskatchewan Heat to get back in this game.
Yeah. So now the Heat have 3 players in the ringette zone offensively, and the RATH only have 2. So it's a really great opportunity to, and that's 4 in. So they've pulled their goalie too. The Heat are 4-on-2. So that is a really rare play. You don't see that very often. But because there was only like 20 seconds left in the quarter, they calculated that the RATH couldn't break out of the zone and get it down the ice.
It's coach being confident in their players, knowing they can keep sustained pressure down there in that 20 seconds.
But that was a really smart play by the coach, just to pull the goalie and send 4 in.
Absolutely.
All right, so we are going to watch some great saves here. This was a chance by Gillespie. Kozan has been sharp. The scoreboard hasn't been updated, but it's still saying 20 shots to 14 shots, so that's not accurate. That doesn't take into account the third quarter. I was hoping they would update that scoreboard, but they haven't yet. Another chance there by the RATH, and that was the one that beat
Street School. Yeah. You see there again, they're trying to pop the water bottle there again on the short side.
Yeah. Yeah, so both goaltenders have played really well. A lot of chances by both teams.
It's awesome when you see defenders jump up and play like that, and Armstrong did just that in that play.
Yeah, give and go is a great opportunity. All right, so it's going to be a minute here as the scorekeepers try to recover. They forgot to turn off the penalty cycling for the 1 minute break, so now they got to put up the penalties here. So RATH's still going to have 2 in the penalty box, so Saskatchewan Heat is going to still have a 2-player advantage, but RATH get to start with the ring. 47 seconds left on the first penalty to Brown. That doesn't seem right. I thought it was less, but they know what they're doing. I'm just commentating, so RATH
I failed math, so I don't remember.
So still a lot of time for the Heat here. They haven't pulled their goalie, though, so they can only send 3 into the offensive zone, which is a bit more
I think
normal.
they just went off the crossbar there.
I think Nystrom got a piece of that, actually, off her glove. So good shot there by the Heat. Now a chance there for Carter. Just misses on the far side. 20 seconds left on the first penalty. Shot between the legs. Marlborough is able to deflect it. Heat, they got a reset. Oh, great save by Nystrom. Carter trying to take it to the far post. And now it's 5 seconds left. And the RATH just throw it down the ice to kill the remainder of the first penalty to Brown. So now it's back to 5-on-4 and 3 players in the offensive zone, 3 players in the defensive zone. So you're going to see things slow down here a little bit. Both teams have to be careful with just a single player in the box. 40 seconds left on the penalty to Sauvé. So RATH are still shorthanded here for a bit. A pass is picked off by Butts, and it's a 2-on-none. The RATH were caught in the change. Great chance, but, is that Ryan with the shot?
Great save by Nystrom there.
Oh, that was a great chance for the Heat as the RATH went to the box for a change, and the ring was turned over. Ring into the corner. Heat with control. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Benson, backhand shot, and Nystrom kicked at it with her leg, but probably wants that one back as it slow rolled into the far side of the net, and Heat make it 5-2. So that was just a backhand. It might have even been a pass. I'm not sure.
As the old saying goes, good things happens when you put the ring on the net.
Yeah, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Right. All right, so RATH, Heat are back to within 3 with 11 minutes left in this game. Ava Will with the ring at center ice, sends it over to Hazel. Hazel's going to fire it in deep for Gillespie, just bounced over the stick of number 97. Butts was there to intercept that, but couldn't find it. RATH able to pick it up. Gillespie out top of the triangle, finds an open Brewster, but Brewster is checked right away. And RATH able to get the shot off at the last second, a buzzer beater there. So
that was a good pickup by the ref to notice that.
If you get the shot off and it comes out of the crease just before the time expires, you get the ring back. So that was a real heads-up play by the RATH to get that shot off as the clock was expiring. So now they're going to get a fresh clock. Heat really putting on the pressure here, pushing out, and well, they're away with it. Looking like a 3-on-2 developing here. Shanehoven in, Ryan with the ring, and Heat's going to slow things down and set up. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Heat feeling some momentum after that goal. Shot by Ballon, doesn't get through, bounces behind the net. Picked up by Shanehoven, I believe. No reset, so 6 seconds on the shot clock. Try and go 5-hole. Nystrom covers up. And now Brewster can't find the ring. Ryan with a shot. Nystrom with a save. And Nystrom throws it into the corner. Ryan was right there and saw it all the way, picked it off easily.
Players get a little discombobulated there. Who is who? Who's getting what?
And I feel like the RATH defenders are not giving their goalie too many opportunities here for a clean pass, and Nystrom's having to force it here. So Armstrong away with it up to the blue line. Armstrong through center ice, gives it to Ong. Ong gets it and passes it up to Brown in the offensive zone. So Heat doing good to kick up the momentum. RATH really wanting to slow things down and just kind of maintain a bit of offense here with their 3-goal lead. But the Heat are really putting on a lot of pressure and force here to turn things over. Into tight. Backhand shot by Meyer. She missed the net. No reset. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Ung tried to get the shot off. Blocked. Now gets a shot off and able to pick up the rebound.
Good job by Ung to stay with it.
So look how far the Heat are pushing out. They're well outside the triangle. If RATH could take advantage of that, there'd be a lot of open ice in close to the crease. But now the Heat with a great check. Linklater is going to cause a turnover, getting her stick in the ring, and the ring goes to the goaltender. All right, now Scar can't quite take it cleanly, and that's going to go to Anderson. Anderson looking for somebody to pass to. Nobody there. Heat putting on the pressure. Seeing it's a 3-on-1. Now Anderson across through the crease to Hemstreet. Hemstreet picking it up off the boards. Top of the circle back to Sauvé. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Sauvé is going to try to break through the triangle. Gets tripped up, and that's going to be a call against the Heat. Hemstreet with a shot. Screen, and Kozan with a great save. But that is going to be a tripping call against Heat.
Yeah, they'll call that every day of the week.
Oh, cross-checking they called it. Okay. So you got a bit too much stick in on that check.
Yeah. Pushed her arms out and keeping him solid.
All right, so RATH with a player advantage here. Sauvé's going to fake the pass across, send it into the boards for Hemstreet. Hemstreet, not having a lot of space, finds an opening over to Marlborough. Marlborough jumping in, dropping it for Anderson now. Anderson, soft pass over to Sauvé. That was picked off, but Sauvé able to recover. Trying to get a shot off as the shot clock expires, and RATH isn't able to do so, so it's going to be a goaltender ring for the Heat. 1:30 left in the penalty to the Heat. Heat are away with it now. Down a player, they're intercepted at center ice. That's Butts with it. She touched it on the other side of the ring, the other side of the line, so she can't take it in the defensive zone. That's why she was not grabbing it. Sauvé tried to hit Anderson, and that was behind her. Heat really putting on the extra pressure here. They got to be careful not to take a second penalty, though. That would be a real disadvantage if they go down by 2. That's in for Carter. Carter has Shanehoven in front of the net. She's going to slow things down, try to kill some of this penalty. 43 seconds left. Carter bounces it off a skate. RATH are able to pick it off. That's Bears fighting hard with Shanehoven. Bears off the boards to Hazel. Hazel up for Brewster. Brewster runs into Standish.
Looks like Saskatchewan Heat's going to take another penalty here.
Oh, they are. So RATH, if they were smart, they should get rid of this and have a 2-player advantage, but they're just going to go 4 in. Taking the shot into the corner. They get a reset. So a fresh clock, 9 seconds, 8 seconds left on the first penalty. Bears driving in, and the ref slow to blow their whistle there. I thought Shanehoven touched that 3 seconds ago, but
looks like getting one for boarding.
So Saskatchewan putting on that extra pressure, as I was mentioning. It's always a risk of taking a penalty, and you don't want to take a penalty when you already have one, especially. So 4 seconds, though, that's not a lot of time for the RATH to capitalize. So what's going to happen is McRae is at the red line. She's going to go in right after 4 seconds. So they don't have to wait for the player to, good shot there, good save by Kozan. They don't have to wait for the player like in the box to get into the ringette zone. They can send anybody in. So not much of a advantage there for the RATH, and they got a shot away, but Kozan made the save. So luckily that second penalty didn't burn the Heat. All right, Ung with the ring. Ung kicks it back to Hemstreet. We got 5:53 left in the game here. Heat really want to turn things around and get a goal soon to get within 2. Brown manages to pick up the ring off a defender's skate and takes a shot and misses the net. Oh, they set a reset.
Yeah, they got a reset there. So
the ref called a reset. It's hard to see from the commentator's booth, but it looked like it went over the net. The ref said the goalie got a piece of it. Now, contested ring. Ung ends up on the ice, and they're going to give it back to the RATH.
Yeah, Saskatchewan player stepped on the ring, so it's automatic whistle.
So RATH sending out fresh troops, so are the Heat, I believe. Sauvé starts with it, sends it to Meyer. The RATH content just to cycle things and use up the shot clock here. They don't need to score. Anderson with a pump shot. Meyer with another chance.
What a
great save by Kozan. 2 great opportunities here for the RATH. Kozan and Meyer get denied. Or sorry, Anderson and Meyer get denied by Kozan. So RATH still with a player up. They able to find the passes a little bit easier through neutral ice.
Anderson's over the ring in this quarter. Almost said period.
Uh-oh. All right, so a crease violation against the Heat. It looks like one of the defenders skated through the crease, so the ref blew that down and is going to give the ring back to the RATH. So 4:50 left in the game. 39 seconds left on the penalty to the Heat. That's Gillespie with it to Brewster, almost picked off by Ryan. Good anticipation there to break up that set play. Now in for Bears. Bears circling with the ring, sends it in for Brewster. Brewster cutting across, taking the shot, just missing on the far side. Now Heat are in control. That's Scar with it. Scar sending it up to center ice. Belland is checked by Armstrong. A loose ring, nobody can get it. Still loose, and they are going to give it to the RATH. So move it or lose it goes in favor of the RATH, but they get it at center ice. So 4 seconds left in the penalty. 4:16 left in the game. Marlborough sends the ring over to Bears. Bears in through. That's a dangerous play, but Brewster managed to pick it up. Brewster back to Bears. Bears turns, circles, tries to get the ring over to Brewster. Good pick off there by Scar, and I think because she couldn't move the ring, it's going to go back to the RATH again. So another move it or lose it violation. All right, Brown with the ring. Brown takes the shot. No, couldn't get it off. Good defense there by the Heat. And they are away. That's Linklater with it at center ice. Linklater runs into traffic, has to put it back into her own defensive zone. Smart play there just to keep control. Scar back to Linklater now. RATH putting on some pressure to keep Saskatchewan out of the zone. Nice backhand shot by Scar. Nystrom with a save. No screen. So she was able to see that. Marlborough is getting checked. Has to get rid of the ring up to Hemstreet. Hemstreet has Linklater all over. 7-on-7. Now finds the open Brown. Brown sends it deep into the corner for Hazel. Hazel picks it up off the boards and runs into a bunch of traffic behind the net. Is able to send it out to Meyer. Shot clock is expiring for the RATH. They got the shot off, and I always kind of hate when that happens. You're just about to take control as a defender, and the shot clock expires, and it has to go back to your goaltender.
Yeah, Hazel did a great job of protecting the ring back there when she had 3 Heat players all over her.
Actually, they're going to do a defensive zone ring here, so I thought they were going to give it back to the goaltender. A long lead pass from the defensive circle up to Schoenhoven at center ice. Schoenhoven able to find a player. We might see the Saskatchewan goalie go to the bench here as they want to send 4 in to try to get an advantage. Yeah, Kozan is on the bench. It is an empty net for the Heat, so they can send 4 in. They don't quite know that yet, so they do now send in 4. 3 seconds left on the shot clock. It does not get off, and a reset just in the nick of time. Rock picks it up. All right, that's Will with it. Will up to center ice. Anderson back to Will. Will is on the ring, but good defensive play there. I think that was Carter, man. Could have saved the goal. Big check here by Anderson. Anderson taking on 2 Heat players. Now the ring is in the offensive zone for the Heat. But they need to break free and send Kozan to the bench. 1:45 left in the game. 4 in for the Heat. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Action is intense here. A shot. Ryan with, they gave it a reset there. I didn't see. Maybe Nystrom deflected it with her stick, but I didn't think it hit the crease. Wide open, Heat with the chance, but Voikin couldn't quite pick it off cleanly, so the shot was late. Now Carter with a pass to Shanehoven. Shanehoven runs into Ava Will. Voikin with a shot. Nystrom with a kick save. RATH are still down a player in the zone, and Nystrom has to give it away. Heat with a lot of pressure. I'm not sure where the RATH defenders are, but there is nobody for Nystrom to pass to there, and it's a 5-second violation against the RATH, so that's going to go back to the Heat. Very advantageous because they can keep their goalie on the bench and maintain 4 players in. So timeout, I believe this is called by Saskatchewan Heat. They're going to call a timeout and discuss their strategy on getting 3 goals in 53 seconds. RATH obviously discussing how to prevent that from happening. So pretty intense action here in the 4th quarter. There was really a lot of pressure, well, for this whole second half. I was really impressed by Heat's pressure to start the 3rd quarter. They were causing a lot of turnovers and spending a lot of time in the offensive zone. But the trouble with kicking it up a notch and taking it into a higher gear is sometimes the players get tired and they can lose that momentum, and it causes a momentum switch to the other team. So perhaps that's what happened with the Heat. They couldn't maintain that intensity for the whole second half. And now they have a chance here with 4 in to get one in the net. The ring comes out of the zone. Bears finds it. Have Gillespie. It's an open net, and the RATH are slow playing it. Bears driving to the net. Kozan just able to skate in just in the nick of time. Bears couldn't get the shot away, but now RATH setting up in the offensive zone, trying to kill the clock. Now that they don't have a chance. Bears with a spinorama move and got the shot away, and they say the goalie got a piece of it. Good save by Kozan there to keep it within 3. 15 seconds left in the game. Gillespie passes it over behind Bears, and now it's a breakaway for Ryan. Ryan takes the shot. Nystrom. Did she get a save or did it miss the net? I missed that. Great chance there by the Heat as things opened up, and 3 seconds left in the game. They are going to pull the goalie just for good measure to get their 4th in, and probably going to have to take a shot here right off the circle as there's only 3 seconds. Big shot, misses on the short side, and that's your final for today. Great effort by both teams here. 5-2 is the final for the Calgary RATH. All right, so good effort by both teams. They're going to do their cheer here and shake hands. A lot of positives to reflect on for both teams. So All right, so not sure if you guys got there, a bit of technical difficulty there for me. I'm not sure if that went to the crowd, but the teams shake hands and now they're heading to the bench. The RATH will be playing later tonight against the Rocky Mountain Rage. I believe the Heat will be playing as well. I'm not sure against who. Okay, so we're shortly going to be going to an interview here. Yeah, we're going to be interviewing Aaron Ung here, so to Paul Brown.
Good afternoon. We're here with Aaron Ung for the Calgary RATH, who just came off a 5-2 win over the Saskatchewan Heat. When Saskatchewan had 3-on-2 there, what was your mental state at that time so they wouldn't get back in the game?
I think we have a very deep defensive lineup, so any defense that's out there, we all have faith in them, and we hold down the fort really good. And our goaltending was awesome today as well, too, so it was...
Yeah, Nyston did play very well. She just has key saves, so what do we do for her after the game?
We just keep lifting her up. She had a really awesome game today. When we have that stability on the back, that just pushes forward through all of our teams, so it's really great to have that foundation.
Great. Well, how do you feel was your highlight of the game?
It's a good question. I feel like there's a lot of good moments. I think that 3-on-2 kill was really good. We had a lot more time than I think we were anticipating to defend on that 3-on-2, and they did really well. They shut down a lot of their opportunities, so it prevented them from getting that momentum shift.
So how do you take the momentum from this game to tonight's game? Because you got a 6-hour wait.
I think just take all the good things that we did in this game and try to keep building them up for the next game, and then all the things that we can learn from this game just to tighten them up a little bit to come back tonight even stronger.
Thanks very much, Aaron. And that has it. That's Aaron Ung from the Calgary RATH, and tonight 8:30 against the Rocky Mountain Rage.
All right, so 5-2 was the final here at Leduc Recreation Centre, Calgary RATH over the Saskatchewan Heat. Thanks for tuning in, everybody, and we hope to see you at the next game.